Loaded show ahead here on NFL Daily. Could Tee Higgins be on his way to New York to join the New York Football Giants? Also, we have the latest on Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, looking for a new contract. Will he get it, or will he have to go elsewhere to find it? Also, Antoine Winfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got an update on his contract situation as well. All that and more here on this edition of NFL Daily. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for stopping by. The NFL Draft is coming up very quickly. And if you want your team to draft well, like today's video, don't even take a chance and risk it. Don't jinx it. Do your part, like the video, and we'll get started with today's show. Don't make me come find you because you didn't like today's video. Could Tee Higgins be headed to the Big Apple? A new rumor is out there that the New York Giants could potentially be interested in making a trade for the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver. If you recall, several weeks back, the Bengals placed the franchise tag on Tee Higgins, and then Tee Higgins responded with requesting a trade from the Bengals to another team. That way he could go get a new contract and get paid. Here's more from Brandon Glick of Give Me Sports. Higgins would immediately step into the role of head coach Brian Daboll's ex-receiver, filling the lead position receiver job that Diggs did while Daboll was the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Higgins has been best in his career on isolation routes, though he's so explosive at the point of the catch and given his 6'4 frame that he doesn't need to win on quick out breakers or slants or curls. He's a true downfield target who can post up defenders and use his length to beat corners even when a ball is underthrown or coverage is sticky. If I were to guess, all right, what's going to happen when it comes to Tee Higgins? I would say that the most likely outcome is that the Bengals just kind of let the year play out. They basically say, Tee Higgins, no, we're not trading you. You're under contract. You're going to play for us this upcoming season. And then they figure out the situation from there. Whether it's franchise tagging him again, franchise tagging him or trading him, or just letting him walk elsewhere in free agency next year and then try to get the comp pick for him, which would probably be about a third-round pick. You'll look at this Bengals team with Joe Burrow coming back healthy and the players that are on this team. I think they're going all in on this upcoming season. They need Tee Higgins to be a part of that before we see Joe Burrow making all his big money and what they're about to lose at other positions because of it. More on Tee Higgins. He's been very good the last few years as he's had 4 straight seasons with at least 656 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's had multiple 1,000-yard campaigns. He did suffer a hamstring injury last year that kept him out of 5 games for the former second-round pick out of Clemson. You look at the statistics. Here's what we're talking about. As the number 2 option, might I add, next to Jamar Chase, he still had 2 seasons with 1,000 yards, 900 plus in 2020, and last year still had 5 touchdowns even with the injury and the time missed. So what could a potential trade look like of sending Tee Higgins to New York? I'm projecting that it won't cost a first-round pick. I think that you're looking at about a 2nd and a 5th potentially, and the Giants, of course, having to pay Tee Higgins after that to get this deal done, especially considering that Stephon Diggs, who's more accomplished, although he's a bit older than Tee Higgins, only went for a second-round pick. I think about a 2nd and 5th sounds right. Should the Giants trade for Tee Higgins? It's our pinned comment today. Let us know what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Weigh in if you think the Giants should make a trade here or not. Today's show is sponsored by LinkedIn Jobs. When you're hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just another job board. LinkedIn has a vast network of more than 1 billion professionals, that's with a B, which makes it the best place to hire. Gives you access to professionals you can't find anywhere else. LinkedIn does all that while making the process easy and intuitive. Hiring is easy when you have many quality candidates. So easy, in fact, that 86% of small businesses could qualify candidates within 24 hours. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. You can be like Chat Sports, who found employees like me and Big Techs and others through LinkedIn and get quality candidates. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Let's continue with the wide receivers now as we transition to Justin Jefferson. According to a new report, the Minnesota Vikings are not looking to trade their star wide receiver and that they are getting closer to getting an extension done. But it ain't going to be cheap. Here's more from Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer. It's sky high for sure, at more than $30 million per year. It's going to be a challenge to get a deal done, but one I think the Vikings dive headlong into after the draft with the goal of making sure Jefferson is on the roster for a long time to come. I think when you look at a guy like Justin Jefferson, he doesn't come through the door every single day, guys to his talent level and magnitude. And so if I'm the Minnesota Vikings, although they're kind of in a weird spot, right? They're not a great team, but they're not a bad team. And you have to wonder, like, what's the long-term plan? Are the Vikings going to have to just reset and rebuild from the bottom, or are they just going to kind of tread water until everything goes right for them to contend high? Whatever it is, they really can't move on from a guy like Justin Jefferson. You got to find a way to keep him. So here's a couple contract ideas for you on Justin Jefferson. A 4-year deal could pay him around $140 million, $35 million a year, with $120 guaranteed. Or you could do potentially a 6-year deal for Jefferson, about $200 million, $33.5 per year, with $180 guaranteed, and lock up your franchise receiver for many years to come. Jefferson already very accomplished in the National Football League so far. The NFL's Offensive Player of the Year back in 2022, was also a first-team All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowl selection, and was also the NFL's receptions and receiving yards leader back in 2022 as well. The stats for Justin Jefferson, man, even last year when he played just 10 games, still had 1,000 yards, as you can see, 4 straight seasons of that, 5 touchdowns last year as well, and averaged nearly 16 yards a reception. So, what do you guys think? Will the Vikings trade Justin Jefferson, or is he going to be sticking around? Type T for trade, K for keep. Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think. We are talking about the National Football League each and every day here on NFL Daily. It's in our name, or something like that. We are bringing you daily news and rumors. We got mock drafts, analysis. We're also talking trades, free agency, and more. Your NFL offseason headquarters is right here on NFL Daily. Never miss a moment. Stay up to date with the latest happenings across the National Football League. Subscribe to Chat Sports now. You'll be glad you did. YouTube is the place for all your Chat Sports coverage. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. One final note before we wrap up today, an update on Antoine Winfield, the safety from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. According to a new report from ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Bucs are working on an extension. Listen to this from Shefty. Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tee Higgins are the last 2 remaining players to be franchised this offseason not to land a long-term deal. Winfield has been, I think he meant to say has, or he wrote have, been working towards a new deal that would make him the NFL's highest-paid safety, and there is optimism it will get done per sources. The NFL's highest-paid safety is currently Chargers' Derwin James at $19 million per year. Higgins has requested a trade. I'll say this. The Bucs have kind of been very quiet, having a sneaky good offseason, right? You got the contract done with Baker Mayfield. You got the contract done with Mike Evans as well. You brought in some pretty decent players, and you helped yourself out when you were in salary cap hell just a couple of years ago with the Tom Brady money that was still being paid and all sorts of stuff there. The Bucs are in pretty decent shape moving forward. Now, when it comes to the situation with Winfield, here's what you can expect. Currently playing on the franchise tag is 17.1, so you can see that's just a little bit less than what Derwin James is making as the highest paid safety in football. And he's looking to get paid. This is a guy that over 4 years has only made about $9 million roughly. So his next contract, you're looking at this upcoming season, he'll make close to double what he's made over the last 4 years. According to the nerds at Spotrac, they are projecting that Winfield has a market value of around 5 years, $92.2 million. And what he's done over the last few years, Nothing short of spectacular. First team All-Pro last year, a Pro Bowler back in 2021, was the co-leader in forced fumbles this past season. Oh, and not to mention, he helped lead the Bucs defense to a Super Bowl a few years ago. His stats last season, you could argue it was the best season of his career so far, with a career-high 3 interceptions, 12 pass breakups. It'd be crazy for the Bucs to let Antoine Winfield go anywhere else than right there in Tampa Bay. What's your confidence level the Bucs will get an extension done with Winfield? Scale for me in the comment section 1 through 10 and let us know what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, you want your team to draft well, you got one thing to do. That's like today's video. Do that. We certainly would appreciate it, and we'll see you next time here on NFL Day.